He's not the best at titles. He's not the best at NBA.
We live things when we're doing live reactions to music. What's poppin', man? You know what time it is, dog. Kenny G back in the building, coming in with that big noise. It's cats alright, my G. How we feeling, dog?
Listen, I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling great. We coming fresh off the finals, NBA draft. It's time to get to it, man. The energy's in the building, man. So, and we got a full house today, word.
It's definitely a full house in the building, man. Welcome back to the Word and Klarity podcast, man. It's your boy Word, back at it again with Kenny G, episode 31, dog. Like your boy Kenny G just said, we back with the full house. We ain't gonna spend too much time, man. We gonna get straight to it, dog. We got your boy DJ O in the building. What you got to say for, man, this dude, what does that mean, bro? What? This dude be wildin' with that, bro.
Oh, no matter what I do, you already gonna try to crack. What's up?
Man, DJ in the building, man. We got your boy Kyle Torrey. How we feeling over there, G?
Man, you already know what it is, man. It's time to get it in, man. One thing I want to say to you cats, man, is I know LeBron wasn't in the finals.
Oh my God.
Dog, this is crazy, dog. This is just like craziness.
But understand, because he wasn't a part of the finals, because he wasn't there, that's the reason why there was a historic low. Though this was probably one of the most exciting finals, that's why it was a historic low in watching. And, you know, I mean, it was just terrible, bro. The views was down over 50%. So I just want to get that out there before we start with anything, and just make sure that the public know and y'all know the reason why the numbers were so down, because my boy went in the finals. But go ahead, man. Y'all can.
This dude, wow. The overall playoff numbers was down, but I believe I seen a statistic that said the viewership for the finals series was actually up this year, bro. Like it was something crazy.
They're comparing it to last year. Last year was historic lows. Yeah.
Hey, well, somebody out there in the comments, man, fact check this, man. Let us know what's popping with that, man. But how everybody feeling, man? I know it's been a minute, dog. Quick check-ins with you cats, man. You know, me, Kenny G, DJ O, we been here for a little minute. Kyle, you been out for a little second, man. You been running around. Life, all right, man. How is treating you out here, G?
Man, life is good. I'm down at AAU finals for my daughter, man. She's at the World Championships down here in Knoxville, Tennessee. So, man, down here, man. But I want to take some time out, get on here, because y'all need some real voices, some real truth, some real energy. So, yeah, I had to make it happen.
Oh, my God.
You're welcome.
It never fails the silliness this dude get to spewing, dog.
Hey, man, y'all okay with this dude having a bed in the midst of the podcast? Is that okay? Is that like legal?
I mean,
like,
why you hating?
Pause?
Yeah,
why you
I mean, his bed he looked like he may be in the, Red Roof Inn or something over there, but he still, he got one of them lamps that be in that hotel back. What's going on? What is going on with your background though, man?
Yeah, bro, you could put up like a standard, like a.
I'm in the process of moving. All right.
You could have told me. I could have threw a green screen behind you, my G. Just let me know.
I told you I'm in the process of moving. And second, my name has never been DJ O. It's always been DJ Darryl. Like, when did you just decide? Oh yeah, man.
I give niggas, bro. Come on. Kenny G don't even got a G in his name, bro. Hey, I do what I want, bro. You hear me, dog? Yeah, man. But yeah, man. Hey, look, we finna get straight to it, man. NBA Finals. It just came. It went pretty quick, dog. Even though it went 7 games, you know what I mean? We got SGA and OKC. They came out after 7 games. If you leave it up to me, I didn't foresee it going 7 games. That's actually one of my critiques for SGA and the OKC Thunder. But overall review, man, what's some of the takeaways, how we feel about it?
Nah.
Yeah, man. That's where I'm at with it.
As one of the co-creators of this podcast, we gotta start with you, bro.
What you want me to say, bro?
You got a lot of explaining to do. Let me first of all tell the people what the hell is going on right now, all right? First problem is this. You was the main cat talking about resume.
Yeah.
And, SGA ain't did nothing. This, that, and the third. How's he even in the running with all these young cats?
Correct.
SGA has a scoring title, a Finals MVP, an NBA championship, a Western Conference Finals MVP, We need to hear from you before you open up the floor to anybody else as to what you need to say to SGA now that SGA has done what he needs to do.
Hey, look, man, look. I've already echoed some of my sentiments about recognizing SGA as a real deal player, all-star to superstar. I'm one to think you got to do it versus a level of competition that I feel is up to par. Now that's the reason why a lot of my reservation still remains for SGA, right?
Oh,
I'm just being 100. Let me look. I'm gonna be 100. Like I said, at the end of the day, he's a champion. You can't take that away from him. You know what I'm saying? He's a champion, like you said. He's a season MVP, Finals MVP, Western Conference MVP. All that is deserving of an applause. You can't take that away from him. But when you look at the level of competition that he faced, did I think it garnered or really deserved to go to 7 games or warranted 7 games? I would say no. You see what I'm saying? Also, when you look at the firepower and the star power in Indiana, they win by committee. But when it comes to the playoffs, bro, I believe the best player, that the team with the best players pretty much gonna have the biggest shot at taking it unless the other team is overwhelmingly just put together better, which Indiana, I don't feel that was that. Tyrese Halliburton.
Hold on, word.
What you got to say?
I can't let you get away with that because, you know, as the resident basketball historian on this podcast and in life, I had to take you back to 2004. You know, there was a great team in 2004. I believe you were still a Lakers fan in 2004.
I came out as a Laker fan. You know what it is over here.
And I also believe that Kobe beating Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal were both on the Lakers team in 2004. Mm-hmm. That also had Gary Payton, Karl Malone. I believe Robert Horry was still.
Let's get to it though.
I could probably list the whole roster. So what I'm really getting at is I remember them playing the Pistons team with Chauncey Billups, Tayshaun Prince, Rip Hamilton. The talent didn't match up. You had about 5 to 10 Hall of Famers on one side, and you had a couple of niggas that was borderline on the other side. And they got them out of there. So you can't necessarily say, if we're just looking at star power, we're just looking at winning by committee, because that's true.
Bro, you went back 21 years, dog, to give me an example, bro. It's always going to be anomalies and exceptions for sure. We're not disputing that, and that's one of those situations. But if you tell, like, let's keep it 100. If I ask you, OKC versus Indiana in this NBA Finals matchup is going 7 games, would you predict that? None of us would, right?
I had to do 5.
No.
But let me also say this: Can we be real about? Here's what we got to stop doing. When the facts change, our opinion needs to change.
Exactly.
Indiana, I didn't see Indiana getting out the first round.
Indiana if you look at their path, bro, there was major things that went in their favor that opened up the floodgates for them to even land in. Yeah, what do you mean? There was injuries every round versus them. Literally.
I disagree. And listen,
that's not an opinion, that's a fact. That's not an opinion.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000. As a Celtics fan, I would love to say that. Just to be honest, I would love to say that. But they was beating us.
Indiana ain't face y'all.
Excuse me. No. Hold on. The Knicks were beating us with our full roster healthy before Tatum ever went down. Right? Exactly. So I gotta keep a spade a spade. I'm not gonna sit here and lie.
But that's not the path. That's not the path. I'm talking about Indiana's path, bro. No, it was major. Cleveland was banged up. Milwaukee was banged up. Like, what are we talking about? If you told me Dame and Giannis were healthy, I don't have them beating them. That happened last year to them as well. Like, come on, we got to keep it a beat.
Did you have Indiana? Did you have Indiana beating the Knicks in the East Conference Finals?
No.
Correct.
But that's not. But you skipping past the other rounds. It also is a game of matchups as well, right? That also is another angle as to the reason why teams can beat other teams. But injuries are blatantly why I believe the first 2 rounds, Milwaukee, Cleveland, was the way that they led to get to the conference finals and then beyond that to the finals. Easily.
Clarity, let me say something. Word, the reason why I'm going to have to disagree with you is because if that were true, the Pacers would have struggled against OKC in the finals. They proved that.
My point is that it was injuries. What injuries happened to OKC?
No,
you
there
got to
was no
take the
injuries.
principle I'm saying,
There was
bro, and
no,
apply
there
it.
was no injuries to OKC, but the point that I'm trying to get at is they showed that they were a formidable contender. They took the best team in the NBA without question to 7 games, and their best player got injured. And even a question that we have here is, would the Pacers have won if Hallie didn't get injured? So for you just to discredit them as just a rag of, you know, a whole bunch of
you
guys
also
that got
Hold on. He's not
discrediting them.
He's not discrediting them. Who he's discrediting is SGA. The fact that this man
this where it
is
came
supposed
from.
to be the man, and he can't beat and put a nail in the coffin in a team that shouldn't even have been standing in front of him. Let's not try to. We're not gonna do. Listen, I'm here. So you're not gonna bait and switch. You're not gonna change the argument. None of that's happening. This is about SGA. Stay on topic. SGA has to take a knock because he allowed
we ain't talking about SGA no more.
a run-of-the-mill team take them to 7.
I got him, Daryl. It's cool. I got him. First of all, just because you get up here and scream don't mean you're right. You sound crazy. All right, that's number one. Number two, I'm gonna tell you why you sound crazy. Because and the reason why Daryl makes a decent point. In order for you to say what you're saying, you also have to understand that you are questioning SGA's opponent. And what I'm saying is Indiana was formidable against anybody in the East. Indiana was beating teams they should not have beaten. And then when they get to the finals, after SGA goes through a Denver-led team with Nikola Jokic, he goes through the Minnesota Timberwolves, who got y'all Lakers out of there, nigga. Y'all Los Angeles Lakers got them out of there. When he goes against them and he takes care of business. Then SGA gets through the West with formidable teams and then plays an Indiana team who somehow is beating everybody in the East. You can't.
It's a team, bro. Look, hold on, bro. Look, I'm telling you, bro. Matchups matter. You talking about cats that got they got us out, bro, because we got fed literally the worst hand in the first round. Nobody had AE and them beating us in the first round. When you talk about how we look versus OKC, I believe, bro, if you matched up them versus OKC in LA, bro, I believe we would have got that team out of here. We made them dudes look like easy work all year long.
Bro, you're on drugs.
We made them look like easy. I'm telling you, bro, it's a matchup. It's a match. Yeah, y'all cats don't. It's facts. Go look at the games. If you look at our games versus OKC in the second half, going towards the postseason, it was looking bad for OKC versus us, bro. And all they guys were out there. They were not just sitting their guys no more. So I'm giving you a real deal assessment.
Can I ask y'all a question? How do you use the argument of saying a team made it to a finals that wasn't supposed to be there, and then use that as an argument that SGA somehow was playing some amazing opponent? You just said that they weren't supposed to be there.
No. Somebody over there said that if it wasn't Kenny G, it was Odie.
No, Kenny said it. No. I ain't got to worry about it. Kenny said it. He said that a team made it to the finals that wasn't supposed to be there. So I'm going to try to figure out how a man can use that as a statement to say that the SGA was facing somebody that was
you
good.
Loud and wrong. You loud and wrong again. That's not what I said.
All right, but look,
I said no one had Indiana coming out of the East. And what I'm saying is that fact can remain. I didn't have Indiana coming out of the East. However, when Indiana starts putting belt to ass and beating everybody in the East, when the facts change, this is why I started, when the facts change, so does our opinion. The reality of the situation is Indiana looked like the most formidable team in the East. And when a Knicks team who was more than equipped, who had beat the Celtics healthy, by the way, when that same Knicks team who was running through the Eastern Conference,
they didn't beat the Celtics healthy, bro. They missed their whole entire.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
I'm being honest.
All right, but look, man. If I don't know how you feel about what I had to say about SGA. I think I still give SGA his credit, but there is room for criticism. I don't believe this was a unanimous performance by him in this final matchup to where only praise should be heard at this moment. This wasn't that type of situation.
It can't be unanimous because we're sitting here saying what we're saying.
He averaged 30. He won the NBA Finals. He won MVP. He won scoring title.
Right, but when you look at the it also went 7. Hey, Kenny, it also went 7
I can average 30 against you. So what does that mean? What does that mean? You said averaging 30 like that matters. Like it doesn't matter. You don't know who you beat.
You clearly
Hey,
don't know.
Kitty, hold on, Kitty. You can't let a cat on the pod. Hey, Kitty.
In real life. You
What he said?
better read up on me, brother.
Yeah. No, you go, Kitty. Fight
Read
back.
up on me, bro.
Yeah.
Do not let
You can't let a cat say I can average 30 on you.
Anywhere close to 30 if we got an actual basketball court. I play a couple years ago. We can do that.
Bro,
Immediately.
you smoke.
Come to Houston.
Hey, look.
You
Hey.
smoking whatever. You smoking
Hey,
whatever
Shaq.
Odaro is selling.
Hey, before we move on, this has the chance to come to real life. A one-on-one match between these two guys going at it. We down in Houston, September early. So, cats get their bread ready.
Word, you gotta let me get off on this one. You gotta let me say something.
Hold on, bro. What you want to get off on this?
Let me, because I'm really gonna break this down from an analytical perspective.
Hurry up, man.
Because
Oof.
let me cook. One thing that Kenny said that we have to address is if the facts change, our opinions must change. And something happened in the NBA, and I want to give credit to Adam Silver. Adam Silver is actually doing a wonderful job in the way that I feel he's constructing the league, because he's not allowing the league he's trying to transition away from being a star-driven league and making it a team-based league, the same way that you see with the NFL, so that people aren't so gung-ho on, okay, if Bron or Steph Curry aren't in the finals, I'm not going to watch it. He wants to make it about the team. So whenever they had the new CBA in the second, I know, because you're a Lakers fan, and because I'm an NBA fan. NBA fans ain't NFL fans. But go ahead, keep going, bro. This is NBA, not the individual players. But as I was saying, whenever they applied the second apron, it made it harder for teams to stack their rosters. So for us, those days of just, because I had that guy, those days are over. It's about who has the best team. That's the reason why you've seen the moves that you've seen in the offseason, because the NBA sees that not only the way that the playoffs is officiated, it is to your benefit to win by committee rather than just one player. Because if what you were saying was true, then the Lakers would have been in the finals, because they had.
Let me ask you one question right quick, bro. I love an analytical breakdown. But how much did you?
Drop my gunshots when I'm talking, though. Drop my gunshots.
Hey, hold on, don't demand no gunshots, nigga. If you had your gunshots, you would ring your own self.
Drop my gunshots when I'm talking.
That's the gunshot to KODU. But let me ask you one question with all that analytical breakdown bullshit. Hey, since you love all that, how much did you enjoy this final matchup in this era compared to the era you say is of the old? Just tell me that.
Be honest.
Be honest, because I ain't had that many conversations with niggas.
I enjoyed it, bro. It was great basketball.
In comparison to this, hold on, but compared to what you say is of the old, that's what I'm asking.
The only thing that I liked of the old was the
just give me a clear answer, bro. Give me a clear answer.
No, because it's a directed question. It's a directed question.
No, Odaro.
It's an easy, clear answer, bro. Did you enjoy it more or not?
Indiana OKC Game 7, LeBron Warriors Game 7.
Where it's a rivalry. There's no right. Hey, let me say this right quick, bro. There's no rivalries that actually exist in this era. I tell you that. And that's one of the pillars of the sports. There's no rivalries, bro. So if you like this party to where niggas don't really have that killer and they see a nigga and they want to take his head off, you got the right jersey on, nigga. Because them niggas ain't sniffed the ring since the 90s. Get them niggas out of here. Nigga. Yeah. I got gunshots of galore over here.
Bro, y'all ain't making it out the first round this next year. What are you talking about?
Nigga, y'all was the number 2 seed. You ain't making out the first round. You ain't making out the first round. And y'all just got the worst nigga to lead a franchise over there.
Hey, Daryl, real quick. I do want to hear your points on this, but I will say this. Me and Kyle have a lot of fun going back and forth. He's one of my favorite dudes to talk to in life. I'll say this, though, and I'm no hater. The LeBron James era, especially before he got to the Lakers, bro, when he was taking them Eastern Conference teams through the Eastern Conference Finals, when he was willing the Cavaliers and willing the Miami Heat to the NBA Finals, there was no better basketball to watch. 2016 NBA Finals, Cleveland versus Golden State was probably the best series of basketball I've ever seen in my life. One of the greatest performances I've ever seen in my life from two players, mainly LeBron James, but also I got to give credit to Kyrie Irving for what he was able to accomplish in that series as well. That was incredible. And though I want to
Jordan
hear
would
your
never.
points, and I want to hear you break this down because I think it's important. I do think you got to speak to that because you're making a claim that I partially agree with, but you got to take that into account. And I do want to hear you answer Word's questions.
not being 100.
Thinking about that.
No. I'm gonna be honest, but the thing is, you have to allow the league to evolve. We're not ever gonna have a Magic and Bird again. That era with LeBron, Kyrie, and Steph Curry, those are generational talents. We're not gonna have a LeBron James come through the league.
It was an era that existed after that.
No. But what I'm trying to say is, you're setting the league up for failure because you're trying to base the league upon talents that we don't know if we're ever gonna get again. Who said we're going to get a LeBron James again? Who said we're going to get another individual?
There's talent in the league,
I
bro.
can answer that for you.
Yeah, all right, man. We got to, he losing his mind over there, dog.
Oh, bro, we're not going to get another LeBron James ever again. Like, you got to kiss that goodbye.
I agree. We will never.
So why are we expecting that to?
We do. We need to get. Well, we don't have to kiss him goodbye because we're probably going to get a ring.
Stephen Curry did come after LeBron, and he is a generational talent, bro. He's the most impactful player the game's ever seen. So we may not get another LeBron in the sense of what he is, but you can have another star of the magnitude. That can happen in the NBA.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, come on now.
Steph Curry is not LeBron.
Steph Curry is Steph Curry, though.
You talk about impact.
Yeah.
You talk about impact and even excitement to the league. Steph Curry is a rival of LeBron. He can LeBron's greatness is here, right? We gotta give LeBron his just due. I would never take anything away from LeBron. LeBron is here. But Steph Curry is in the room. And
he's in the room.
We may not get a Bron,
the same room.
We can't get a Steph. We can't get a Anthony Edwards. We can't get a Wembanyama. I think Wembanyama is a generational talent. Now he's got to stay on the court, and he did that his first year and a half until a serious medical thing occurred. But I do think we will get generational talents again. We will, and there'll be quite a few generational talents. They may not be LeBron or Michael or Kobe, but they will be generational for their own right. I think
Kobe ain't in that.
Well, I'm a generational
Hey, bro,
talent
before
as
you,
well,
this
so
nigga
let's
about to
move
get
on.
put off the podcast, bro.
Kobe not in
You
that
wearing a
same-
Houston
not in that
jersey
same
trying to
room.
represent niggas and say this
Bro,
nigga
Kobe
ain't in
not
that
in that same
conversation.
room. He's
You
not.
ain't, bro. Look at the room you in. I want you to look at that first. The actual physical room you in, nigga.
What does
Before
that
you
have to
talk
do with
about Kobe,
anything?
don't talk about nothing else.
What does that have it to do with anything? I know you got him tatted on you, but I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth about his
But you
career.
don't know
I'ma
basketball,
tell the
bro.
truth about his career.
You
Yes, I do.
25 and trying to talk about
Oh
a
my
nigga you
God.
ain't really see.
Yes, I
So
do
I know
see
you don't know. Anyways,
did.
bro. Anyways, we'll move on. We
The
know you
same
don't know
Kobe
too
you
much.
talking about, I'm pretty sure he got
Hey,
taken to
hey,
7
we
games
moving
by
on,
Aaron
bro.
Brooks. He had to go 7
Since
games
the
against
NBA
Aaron
Finals,
Brooks.
since SGA just won the NBA Finals, is he
Forgot about
the
that.
best player in the game? Where we stand with that,
No.
bro? How do we feel?
No.
There's some people that say, elaborate, brother.
No, just because you win a championship doesn't mean that you're the best player in the league. People have to stop doing that. He was the best player on the best team in the league. And that's usually what happens. Like,
There's
teams
also
matter.
other evidence. We ain't just saying since he won his run was crazy. You see, he got all MVPs on all measures except for the All-Star game. That's pretty impressive, bro. Come on.
I mean, listen, the accolades mean
This is
a
his
little.
third
They don't mean
consecutive
everything.
season with averaging 30 points per game. He's consistent as well.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you one question. If you had to draft a team for one season, who's the first person you're picking? I'm taking Jokic.
He's not
10 times
Victor
over.
He's not even on the
Wembanyama.
list.
I'm taking
He's not
Victor
even on the
Wembanyama
list.
right now.
Okay, then that answers my
Wait,
question.
Kyle. You said SGA is not even on the list as a young prospect. He's not even on the list.
No, one seed.
If I have to go through the league, I'm saying if I had to go through the league and draft the people and say who are the people I'm going to start my team with, he's not on the list.
No, he's not on.
But I'm not talking
He
about-
on the
I'm not
list,
talking
but he
about
ain't at the top of the list. Now, hold on.
Wait.
No, he's not. I'm saying he's not on the list as the first person I'm
No. He's
taking.
not first. No, I think
No,
Victor
but Kyle-
Wembanyama is.
I'm talking about going forward though. We're not talking about what players have accomplished. I'm saying if you got to go forward from 2025.
I'm saying out of the new
SGA
people of the new era, he's not even on the list. You take SGA and put him. You take SGA and put him on 90% of the other teams in the league. He's not going to be nothing.
Before we get too deep in this conversation, though. Hold on, but before we hold on, y'all. This nigga going nuts. Before we
Where's
get
that even coming from?
too deep in that conversation, let me establish something. Is the question Kenny is asking right now, the same as who's the best player in the league right now? Do y'all define it as that? You saying drafting right now going forward, is that the same as who the best is in the league right now?
No. I said
No, it's not.
no. I'm putting no.
Okay, I want to stay on topic. We can answer that later, but
let me clarify because I said if you're drafting everybody in the league for one season, you get them for one season. So it's not going for it. I'm not talking about their future. I'm saying.
But why are you rephrasing the question anyway, though? Why are you rephrasing it anyway?
That's how I originally stated it because that's the reason.
But the question I presented, but hold on, bro. You rephrased it after the question was presented. I'm saying, is SGA the best NBA player in the league as it stands right now?
No.
Without rephrasing it how you want to word it. Okay, and I'm saying like, he has evidence that shows he could be in a conversation. Who you put in that slot if it's not there? How you getting it to that point?
Jokic is a better basketball player than SGA. He's more dominant.
Absolutely.
He does not need those same pieces for him to be dominant. Anthony Edwards, in my opinion, if I'm starting a team, I'm taking Anthony Edwards over SGA. SGA has a better committee. Like, it is a fact. Like, I'm just gonna tell you how. Like, even I would look. Y'all know how much I hate Luka. Y'all know how much I hate Luka. I would take Luka Doncic over SGA. He's a more dominant player as a comparison to SGA.
I'm indifferent about that one. I ain't gonna lie. I would like to say I would take Luka over SGA. Luka, bro, man, his deficiency on the defensive side of the Luka on that defense. But hold on, bro. It's so hard to turn the blind eye to.
broke down James Harden, bro.
Now hold on, this nigga.
The only thing is he shows up in the playoffs. He similar playing style. He shows up in the playoffs.
He's just a broke down James Harden.
James Harden didn't play no defense, bro. He actually is active on the defensive side of the ball.
Let me say this real quick.
SGA barely plays defense. He's a fouler. All he do is foul.
He plays the lanes, bro. He plays them lanes well and get a ton of steals.
It's easy to play the lanes when your coach put together one of the best defensive strategies I've seen in life.
He got a host of other guys that play defense around him well that makes it easy for him as well. But that's they whole team is defensive.
Jordan was a great help defender. KD is a great help defender. They're
but
not
it's also effort. So like, but hold on. But I was saying that on a larger scale when Odero brought up Luka. It's hard to turn a blind eye to his defense because we know it's not a lick of effort. So it's even though I love Luka and I think the world of him. But bro, I need that effort on the other side of the ball, bro.
The difference between Luka and SGA is I've actually seen Luka elevate lesser talent to take him further. That is the difference between both of them.
Sure, he has he's had
from somebody who don't like Luka, but he can elevate.
But you know what? I don't know if I can agree with that though, bro, because Luka was playing. So hold on, brother. Before you let me actually analyze that
space. You put Anthony Edwards on OKC, they get a championship.
I don't think so. The reason, hold on, I don't know about that, bro.
You put SGA,
the way he leads.
You put LeBron on that team, they get the championship. You put Steph Curry on that team, they get the championship. You put Wemby on that team, they get the championship. It's just a reality, bro.
I ain't going that far.
When you look at Luka, bro, when you look at, you said he elevated.
I'm going there.
Luka did have a Kyrie Irving next to him on the championship team he went. There's not a Kyrie Irving on this OKC team, bro. Point blank, period. We can't ignore that. That's a 25-5-5 guy, 50, 40, 90. That don't exist on OKC right now. Yes.
Have that when you
and the way I feel about Kyrie is of the world.
When you got 6 players on your team averaging 18 points a game, you don't need
that. There no 6 players averaging 18 points a game. 6 players averaging 18 is nuts.
Hold on, word. You know what pisses me off about Kyle and Darryl on this?
Yeah, this
everybody
is nuts.
wants to act like SGA has such a great squad, but the problem is y'all niggas can't name 6 players off of OKC without pulling up your phone. See, y'all want to.
I don't need to name them. I don't need to name them. I'm gonna tell you why. Because their win
you don't even know how they look.
Their win percentage. Because their win percentage when SGA is sitting is just as high as when he's playing.
What are you talking about? That's literally a lie.
Yeah, I think Phil is coming up with shit off the dome tonight, man.
I'm good at Google. Since you talking about Google, pull it up. Since you talking about Google,
he is coming up with some stuff tonight. I don't think that's true either.
That's cap. That's cap. What are you
Phil going off a membrane right now.
Are you on your phone? Is your camera your phone? Look it up.
His camera is his phone, bro.
Okay, I was gonna tell him look it up since he's.
Okay, so it seemed like the verdict is. I think University. I was playing a little more devil's advocate with SGA being the best player. I do believe Jokic is still in that slot, but I would put him. I don't have a problem with somebody putting them top three. I don't have a problem with somebody putting them top three right now. I got Jokic and Giannis kind of always over them, but
barely.
Yeah. I think the one he had this year.
If there were no refs, he's only top three because of the refs.
That's a part of the game, bro.
He's the new James Harden. He's gonna have more free throws at this pace. He's gonna have more free throws.
Hey, Odero, when James Harden was on this run and he was doing what he was doing, MVP status with the foul in favor of him, the whistle in favor of him, was he considered to be top three or number one in the league? Who else was at that time? Curry. I know Russ right before won it. LeBron.
Yeah, KD.
KD. I mean, I'm just giving you. I mean, was he in that conversation at least of top three though?
I mean, no. You like top five, top six. You know.
No. And I think this is a part of the thing. You have to be able to separate somebody's season performance for their actual dominance. Because I mean, if LeBron wanted to, he could have been the scoring champ every year. But that's not the way that he decided to approach the game.
That's his mentality.
I would say, I know, but that's the point that I'm trying to get at. There were years, bro. LeBron led the league in scoring like his third year. He was averaging like 30 points a game when he was like.
Yes, I'm aware.
What are we talking about?
But
as I was trying to say, the point that I'm trying to make is there was at a point in time where the output that James Harden was putting out as far as his usage would make him seem like one of the best players in the league. But I don't think that anyone at a time thought that he was better than Bron or Steph Curry. Like, I mean,
I would say, bro, the year he averaged 37, though, bro, and this era was nuts. 37 was nuts, though. I gotta give him that.
No. See, this is what I'm talking about. Cats who get on here, bro, and you clearly don't understand. And let me just say this. I am not a James Harden fan, and I'm not a James Harden apologist.
Right.
But what we're not going to do is rewrite history. This nigga James Harden was dropping 50 everywhere. And it wasn't just because he was getting a whistle. Because
I'm not arguing. No. James Harden was a cheat code. SGA is not James Harden. James Harden was a cheat code. This dude was unstoppable. He was unstoppable. I'm being honest. It's the greatest.
In the regular season.
It's the greatest offensive display I've ever seen.
SGA in the postseason is different.
History.
In the regular season.
Yeah, it's the greatest offensive performance I've seen in sports history.
In the regular season.
SGA ain't that.
No, I agree.
Hey, man, hold on. Hey, Few, hold on, bro. Let me ask Few right quick, man.
Not that. No, hold on. SGA is not that. And I agree with Kyle. But you can't talk how Odero was talking about Harden as if, it would make it seem like Harden was dominant. No, Harden was dominant.
In the regular season.
Harden was dominant.
Absolutely.
I know, in the regular
season. Like nothing. James Harden was for 2 or 3 years in the league.
I saw it. I'm from here.
Unstoppable. Period.
I'm from here. I'm from Houston. Like, I saw it. I witnessed it. He was dominant in the regular season.
What are you talking about?
He was dominant in the regular season. Yeah. There was a clear difference between. Yeah, there's a clear difference. The clear difference between them is the postseason for sure. I will say that. There's a clear difference.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. But what I'm saying is we're not addressing the level that James Harden was. It didn't make him seem like anything. James Harden in the regular season, I don't think you can, like, bro, what this cat was doing, I don't think it will be seen again in the regular season. He was killing like that.
So you thought he was better than Steph Curry at any point in his career?
And also,
do you think he was ever better than Steph Curry at any point in his career? Answer that. Do you think he was ever better than Steph Curry? Yes or no?
I'll say this.
That's not even a question.
Hold on. I'm about to answer you. If you know the answer to my brain, let me know, bro. You asked me.
No, I do.
I like that one.
I do. And the answer is no. I'll answer for you.
He actually said he knows the answer in your brain.
The answer is actually not. Let me tell you something. So I believe 2018. If I'm not mistaken, I believe 2018 James Harden. I don't think James Harden's playoff struggles are well documented. I don't trust James Harden in the postseason.
Yeah.
However, there were times previous before it got really bad where I couldn't necessarily say that. Think about it. James Harden had the Houston Rockets against the Golden State Warriors, and he was not a problem in that series. He was dropping 40 in those playoff series. James Harden wasn't always this terrible choker in the playoffs. So here's what I believe. The James Harden who was dominant and also additionally showed up in the playoffs, which we have a few years of that before he completely went choke city. That James Harden as an individual player could be argued as a better individual player as Steph Curry at that particular time.
No, he can't.
And it would not be a blasphemous argument. That James Harden was that good. Good.
Word, just change the conversation because this is like literally this is
all right,
crazy.
man. This is a perfect segue. We talking about a lot of James Harden and his stint in Houston. This is a perfect segue, man. We talking about James Harden and his stint in Houston. There seems to be a trend happening with OKC players somehow transitioning down to Houston. None other than Kevin Durant, Sham. He really ain't Adrian Woj bombs. His bombs be light. Anyway, dog, Kevin Durant is headed to Houston. The trade, they gave up Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, some picks. I think they got rid of everything they needed to get rid of. Only thing I kind of felt like I would have liked to have if I was a Houstonian was Dylan Brooks, maybe. But yeah, man, he's over there now. Number 2 seed last year. So I believe at minimum they should be the number 2 seed again with an appearance to the conference finals bare minimum. But yeah, man, that's kind of my expectations on them, man. Let's go to the Houstonian, man. Is it a problem in a good way down there now that y'all got Durant, or is it a problem in a bad way? You let me know.
Oh, listen, let me tell you something. When people ask me about this trade, I don't know if I'm more excited about Kevin Durant coming or Jalen Green leaving. So just for the ratings perspective, I'm not even going to talk about Drea's baby daddy like that. So let me talk about Kevin Durant.
You don't want to call him Jalen. Do y'all know him as Jalen Green or Drea's baby daddy down there?
Drea's baby daddy. What a loser. When it comes to Kevin Durant joining the Rockets, we've stepped into an echelon that I'm almost afraid to talk about because all I've known as a Rockets fan, I'll be honest, is pain. That's all I've known. I've been let down my whole life as a Rockets fan.
I can't wait to clip this.
But let me tell you this. I've never been more optimistic. More optimistic than when we had James Harden. Because when we had James Harden, I knew it was going to end because we had to go against the Golden State Warriors. Yeah. I don't see any other team who has a better roster from top to bottom as a comparison to the Houston Rockets. So I feel good because in the last thing I'm gonna say, a lot of people keep on saying, "Oh, Kevin Durant can't lead this team."
Yeah,
we're not asking him to lead our team. We have Ime Udoka. What are we talking about? All we need him to do is get us 20 to 24 points a game. Jalen Green couldn't even score 13. That's all we need. We just need him to give us 20, 22 points a game.
Go ahead, G. Tag in, Kenny G. What you got?
Did you? I just want to make sure I heard you correctly.
You did.
You didn't just say that the Houston Rockets have the best roster in the NBA. You didn't say that. You didn't say
top to bottom. Yeah. Tell me a team who has a better roster than us.
Maybe the team who won the championship. I mean, we could start there.
I love this sarcasm.
Let's go. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. What are we talking about?
Top to bottom. Let's go.
Let's talk about it. I'm gonna give you some opportunity to respond here. So let's talk about it. One, everybody knows how I feel about Ime Udoka. I still miss Ime Udoka. Ime Udoka should be coaching the Boston Celtics. Listen, my brother was wrong. First of all, my brother was wrong for stepping out on Nia Long. I don't understand how you do that. But what I will say is, just because you want some draws don't mean you should get kicked off your team. All right, that's Second thing is, as good of a leader as Ime is and as great of a coach as he is, I also think Amen Thompson is going to be a top 10 player in this league. So I love Amen Thompson.
Ooh,
I think Shingo. Yeah, eventually. It's going to take a little while, but eventually. He's that good. Offensively, he's got some work to do, but defensively, he's a dog. He can win Defensive Player of the Year next year. He's that good.
I do believe
Shingun is Baby Joker. I think Shingun can really play. So I have no problem with that. Now, when you start talking about the rest of this roster, I think it's proven. We don't know what the Rockets have beyond the people I just named in this sense. I think Tari Issa can play. He's okay. He hasn't proved anything in the league yet. He's okay. Jabari Smith, can shoot. He hasn't proved anything in the league yet. This is our little taste to see him in the playoffs. He was playing about 15 minutes a game. He was good in those minutes. Nothing spectacular. He's got to prove it. We don't know what Reed Shepherd is. I haven't seen Reed Shepherd under no pressure. Last time we talked about Reed Shepherd, he was cooking Bronny James, making him look like a G League player. That's the last time we talked about Reed Shepherd. Cam Whitmore, we have no idea what he is. Talented for sure. We don't know what he is.
I think he can be a top 15
We
player.
don't know what he is. So here's my problem. For you to call this team the best team and the best roster in the NBA, and we don't know about half the team or half the roster in the NBA, you can't say that. That's reckless. Now
That's the same thing. That's the same thing that they said about OKC last year. That's the same thing that people said about OKC last year. They
literally not true because we watched OKC battle in the Western Conference semifinals, and we watched all those players step up. We know what they were.
Go ahead,
Kenny
Kenny
G.
G.
didn't see that.
Hey, before you get into wrap up the next point you got going on, Kenny G.
Kevin Durant is what the team needs. Then you should be optimistic about that because they would have beat Golden State in the playoffs if they would have had some scoring. They did.
Hold on. Hey, what you got to respond right quick if you got anything?
Nah, let Kyle go.
You go. All right, go ahead. Where you want to take it? Kyle?
I just don't.
I know how you feel about Kevin Durant.
Well, this is the only question I have, less about Kevin Durant, about the team. Like, who is your leader? And I don't want to hear this that your coach is your leader. Every coach is their leader on every team. Who is leading the team? Because the coach can't play. You need a leader of men in that locker room. You need a leader of men throughout the week. You need a leader of men on that court. And I don't see one leader of men, especially with Kevin Durant. He's not a leader. He tells you, I don't want to be a leader. So I don't understand. We don't have any leaders, but somehow we got the best overall team in the league. No, you don't. That's crazy. How do you have a best team? What team in history of sports have you said is the best team without a leader? Name one. Kenny? I'll wait. Can't do it. How about you, Odaro? Yep, can't do it. How about you, Word?
No, I can't.
Never has happened. Can't do it.
Come on, what you got?
It hasn't existed.
I can tell you.
In the history of sports, in the history
I'm gonna let the
of
Houstonian
Earth.
take this one, man.
No. In the history of planet Earth, there has never been a best team without a certified leader on the field, on the court, period. In the history of sports.
This is so much semantics, bro. This is so annoying.
All right, go ahead.
So
Go ahead.
makes-
Get him in 90 seconds, bro. What you got?
Your team's annoying.
Bro, you from St. Louis. Where's y'all's basketball team at? Y'all's NFL team owner ran. He left.
Hey, man, keep it on wax,
left.
man. Don't start attacking the city, nigga.
left.
You know what it is.
Yeah,
Come on.
trying to talk.
We got more championships than you.
More championships. What are you talking about?
Period. We have more
city,
championships
probably
than
do.
you.
I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, y'all got crackheads sitting outside of the Rams' old arena. What are we talking about, bro?
Hey, bro, you better watch where you pull up when you come up here talking crazy,
Yeah,
nigga.
bro, you might not be able to visit next week. You might not want to visit next week.
Now, when you talk
better
about
ask
you,
Word
hey,
to
keep
talk
it sports, nigga. Because when you get to that dark side, you know what it look like on the loot, nigga.
Nah.
Asking me, is this spot cool before I go there? You know what it is, nigga.
I was on the east side, the north side, the south side, the west side. They knew about me in St. Louis.
Hey, look, hey, I'm done. You ain't got my card no more. Go ahead, nigga. Finish your point in this basketball.
Never heard of him.
Nah. All I'm saying is, what tells you that Kevin Durant is not a formidable leader?
Nigga, he tells us that.
I'm asking you a question.
He walked out.
I'm asking you a question. I know, because all Kyle has is antics. That's all he can do. Because when he can't debate or validate his point, what he does is he starts acting out. That's what he starts doing. He starts because I know he's at a high school girls AAU tournament, and that's how he's acting right now. So I'm explaining. When it
Give
comes
it to us quick, man. Come on.
When it comes to Kevin Durant, we're not calling Kevin Durant to come in and deal with personalities. All we're asking him to do is to hoop. If you're the best player and the oldest player on a championship team, I think that you can be considered a leader? You don't think that he was a part of the leadership?
Adaro, that's the problem. You're thinking.
In Golden State?
That's
Y'all don't think he was a
the
part of
issue with your
leadership there?
comments is that you're thinking. And Kevin Durant has left you, so you don't have to think. This is not a think situation.
It's a two-times final MVP.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
All right, before we
Have you ever heard a grown man? Have you ever heard a grown man tell the nation, or even just tell another grown man, "I'm not a leader"?
Yes.
Okay, if they've said that, do you think you should trust them? Do you think you should believe them?
MVP. 2 times finals MVP. That's a leader.
I don't care what you're talking about.
So tell me another player who's a 2 times finals MVP who's not a leader. You answer me that.
He wasn't the leader.
No, but you answered
wasn't
my
the
question.
leader.
I know, but I'm asking you a question. Tell me another player who's a 2 times finals MVP who wasn't a leader.
Bro, I'm confused about what you're talking
You're
about.
not because you can't answer my question. Exactly. Tell me another 2 times finals MVP who was not a leader of their team.
I think
It's
that
like
speaks
saying,
to the greatness as an individual.
Name me a president that wasn't from America. I'll wait.
So was Steph Curry a leader?
That was crazy,
That's
bro.
how dumb. That's what you
was
just
Steph
tried to
Curry a
use.
Was Steph Curry a
Reasoning
leader?
that makes no sense.
Was Steph Curry
You
the
can't
leader on
just
his
say,
team?
tell me
Was Steph
something
Curry-
and make
was
up
Steph
some
Curry-
crap.
Hey,
It's a legit argument.
We gonna wrap
It
this
was
topic
Draymond
with
Green.
this.
Was it Steph Curry or was it
And we
Draymond
gonna
Green?
wrap
Who was
this
the leader
topic
of
with
that team?
this. Let's go around and give our predictions as where do you think the ceiling or as far as Kevin Durant, the Houstonians and the Houston Rockets should go next year. What you think? Oh, starting with you. Where they go? Are you predicting that they going to the chips and they getting it there? What you think?
I say they're going to the finals. It's either the Western Conference Finals or they win the championship.
Okay, I'll come right behind you. Pause. Second round exit for me, bro. What you think, Kenny G?
The ceiling is,
And that's barring no injury.
the ceiling is a Western Conference Finals. Their ceiling, but I expect them to lose in the semis. I expect them to lose in the semis.
That's where I got it at. What you think, Few Weezy? What you got?
First round playoffs, they're out of here.
All right, man. Hey, all right,
I
man.
hate
Let's hit
captains,
this.
bro. I swear, bro. Noobs be the worst, though.
I'm toss it to you, Kenny G. Pause. With the Boston unloading they roster off season, we got Drew Holiday out of there, Kristaps Porzingis out of there. They say Utah making strong efforts to try to get Jaylen Brown out of there. How we feel, man? What we think is gonna happen with y'all, and how you feel about the current state of the remaining roster right now, man?
Yeah, one. I think it needed to be done for a couple of reasons. Porzingis has had an unknown illness for like the past 3 or 4 months, where dude was like sick and didn't know why. Went to specialists, went to doctors, couldn't figure it out. Was unable to play anything beyond 15 to 20 minutes a game. So I can't be sad that we're losing him. I don't even think he's able to go. I don't know what Atlanta's going to do with him because he might not be healthy enough to play basketball moving forward. So I'm cool with leaving his contract. Drew Holiday's always going to hurt because he's always a special commodity. Even though Drew this year wasn't Drew Holiday, in my opinion, this past year he didn't look like Drew. I still think he has enough in the tank, and he's a big enough asset that anybody who gets Drew Holiday will have an upgrade and have a dog on their team and somebody with championship pedigree.
Yeah.
So that always hurts. But let me say this. People don't know this, but we traded Drew Holiday for Anthony Simons. People don't know Anthony Simons because he was over there rotting in Portland. But let me tell you, that young fella, nasty. 20-a-game scorer, 40+% three-point shooter. Dude cold. Anthony Simons can really play basketball. So I'm cool with bringing in some young blood who I feel like will be more than ready to step into a role of really taking on that second option behind Jaylen Brown. Now, we don't need to get crazy. We don't need to trade Tatum. We don't need to trade Brown. We've unleashed whatever we have to unleash for that roster. Now it's time to add again. I think we need to figure out who our big is going to be. We definitely need a center. There's a few trades out there I like for us if we can make that happen. But we should be fine next year. We're probably not championship.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Shut up.
We're not champion. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Eastern Conference semifinals. We'll be fine.
That's not I may bring it down a little, maybe first round, but yeah, I would say this year, kind of use this year for y'all to kind of retool, set up the following year, maybe reconstruct some contracts over that dog because that second April stuff is nuts. But yeah, man, I'm interested to see kind of what Jaylen Brown says about himself as the number one option. And he finally getting that slot he always seems to be after with Tatum out there. So I'm interested to see how that goes for y'all for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It looked like these other two niggas don't care about Boston. So we gonna move to the it was a couple moves that happened, man. New Orleans, I don't know what's going on over there. Zion I don't even know how I feel about Zion no more, but I feel like he's nice when he's a available player, but he got so much nonsense around his name on and off the court. He's just almost a forgotten guy. He ain't as bad as like some of the other number one picks because he actually is, he produces well when he actually is available, but like I said, bro, a bunch of nonsense over there in New Orleans.
Let me say this real quick on Zion, and we'll move on. He do got to figure out his legal trouble. That's some serious allegations over there with the rape and stuff like that. So I hope none of that's really going down. I think that we should take a time to like be serious for a moment. That ain't nothing to joke about. I hope that gets cleared up. We protect women and babies over here for sure.
Yeah.
We protect them. Yeah, that's wild, right? So hopefully that's the case. On the basketball court, what I will say about Zion is he only played about 40 games last year. But he did get his weight down. He did finally lose the weight. He was at, I think he was at like 250, 255, 260. He looked really good. So if he keeps that, he gets out of the legal trouble and he stays healthy. When Zion plays 25, 75, when he plays, it's just that we don't get to see him other than a half a year at a time. So I don't know what he's going to do. Hopefully he can play more than that. But yeah, that's my little quick tidbit on Zion. He's super talented, but he got to stay on the floor, man.
Any other moves I heard standing out to you, Cash? Y'all looking at how y'all feel about what I will say about the East is I think it's opened up wide. I think you may see some surprising teams up the lane, like how Indiana went. So Desmond Bane, I was about to say Orlando, and I think Detroit, man, they possibly could be in the mix of things too this year going into next year.
Word. What you think about Ja? What you think about Ja in Memphis now?
Ja Morant?
Yeah, Memphis. I mean, do you think that it's time for them to rebuild, or?
I would say this is the last, I guess, try with the unit they got over there. They threw out Desmond Bane. I don't really like what they got back because I think Desmond Bane is more than a KCP in return. They got some picks, but Ja, man, I almost kind of feel like Ja and Zion make me feel the same way as far as like how I view them. Like they talent. I feel like Ja and Zion supposed to be like what AE and SGA is right now. They names to me coming into the league was way bigger. But they just fizzled out from side noise off the court. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I think they still great talents. They just got to be available and got their heads on right. But yeah, I don't know what Memphis should be doing right now. I really don't. Yeah.
Matter of fact, can I just say this? If you really want to see if the experiment is going to work, why not do the unthinkable and see if you can get Ja and Zion on the same roster? The reason why I say that is listen,
that'd be nuts.
At the end of the day, you got Triple J over there. You got Ja over there. I'm sure you can get Zion for a box of cookies and
he'll eat them too. He'll eat them too.
I loved it. I was so ready to down that one, boss. You literally can get him for a deal of cookies, nigga. Sign that nigga to wafers or something. You heard me, down?
Absolutely. Nabisco need to sign Zion right now. I'm sure you can do it.
His negotiation comes with food deals. You hear me, Don?
Hey, the New Orleans food economy. The New Orleans food economy gonna take a hit.
Get all three of them and make this see what you can do. Because if they can all stay on the court, Ja, Zion together on the same roster would be dynamic.
I like that.
That actually gives them a shot to do something if they can stay healthy. But right
remember,
now,
they played on the same AAU team.
Yeah.
Huh?
They played on the same AAU team.
That's what I'm saying. But right now, we're just having Ja and Jaren Jackson there. They don't have enough to really compete. Even if you get like quick little pieces here and there, they don't have enough to compete. I will say this, speaking of the East though, the one team to watch out for if they're healthy, if this is as good of time as any. And you know, I
know where he finna go. Go ahead, come on, watch this. This is silly. You know it's not gonna work, bro. Come on.
I'm gonna be real. This is as good a time as any. I've been a big proponent of this dude, but this is the year, in my opinion. This is the year, in my opinion. Either he puts up or he shuts up and we stop talking about it. Joel Embiid.
I knew it, bro. That is the bro.
It's time.
The Sixers have been the most. The Sixers have been the most disappointing team of the decade.
I'm holding him accountable. I'm saying this. I'm not giving praise to him. I'm holding him accountable. I'm saying, bro, right now, the Celtics are dealing with an Achilles injury, right? The Pacers, who just went to the finals, are dealing with an Achilles injury. Okay? The rest of the teams in the Eastern Conference are unproven. Nobody trusts Donovan Mitchell. You don't know what the Knicks going on with their coach. Yeah. Everybody's in disarray in the East. If there was any year for you to put up or shut up, it's this year. You're going to have Tyrese Maxey back healthy. Paul George is going to be healthy. You're supposed to be healthy. You just drafted this kid in the NBA draft named BJ Edgecoat, can really play. The dude, McCain, who you drafted last year, was probably going to be the rookie of the year before he got injured. You have no excuse. You have a full roster in a depleted East with no real competition. No Giannis is coming behind you, nothing like that. So, dog, Joel Embiid, this is a PSA. If you don't get it done, we should stop talking about you entirely. I don't care how talented you are. You'd be the biggest disappointment in the league to not win this Eastern Conference when no one is in your way. This is the time to go to the finals. This is it. It needs to be held accountable.
That's real.
Put him to shut up.
Joel Embiid will no longer be probably in the league if he gets injured again this year.
Joel Embiid, bro, if you want to rob an NBA organization, go to Philly, bro. Ben Simmons.
That's a fact.
Niggas go over there, get bags, and just
Andrew Bynum.
Complete.
Andrew Bynum.
Andrew.
That
nigga went before the process.
Yeah.
Hey man, speaking of the draft, bro, let's hit these couple cats, man. Cooper Flag, got picked up number 1 by Dallas. I don't think we got any Dallas fans in here, do we?
Hell,
none of y'all ain't Dallas fans. How y'all do that down there? How y'all decide who y'all fans are down in Texas? Where you closest from? What y'all do? Y'all got all kind of teams down there.
You would have to tell me, Darryl. I'm new here. I'm a transplant. Go ahead.
Bro, come on. You already know, bro. What city you from?
Okay. Some niggas be kind of just, okay.
Nah.
Yeah, okay, I feel it. But yeah, man, Cooper Flag, number 1, Dallas Mavericks, man. He walking into a situation that could be serious contenders if all being healthy with Kyrie coming back, Anthony Davis. I'm sure he got a chip on his shoulder, Clay. They still got Lively, Gafford. I mean, they got a roster for everybody.
Can we agree on this? Can we agree on this? Kyle's not going to like it, but I know the rest of y'all will be objective enough to say it. If all things were considered and everybody was healthy, Dallas probably should be the favorites to come out of the West if everyone's healthy, if all things are created. Can we at least agree?
I agree with that. I agree with that as of right to now. Absolutely. 100%.
What's the ceiling and expectations of Cooper Flag, though? What do we do? Is anybody big on him in here?
I
don't think
17-5-5. 17-5-5 for his
rookie season.
17-5-5.
He a Duke. He a Blue Devil over there. Of course, he rocks anything that come out of that probably. Okay.
Let me tell you something. I think Cooper Flag is going to be, I don't want to be blasphemous, but I think Cooper Flag will at least be what Kawhi Leonard has been healthy to the league. He's that good.
Hold on, that's crazy. That's a stretch right there.
He's that good.
I'll give him a. Let me tell you where I put him in. I'll give him a more athletic Gordon Hayward, ceiling Paul George. That's where I put him at, if anything,
not even
bro.
That.
I think
that's what I'm giving you.
I think Cooper will be a champion. That's going to be the difference. Paul George ain't no champion.
I
don't know.
Kawhi Leonard, bro, was a catalyst of a championship in Toronto.
Kawhi Leonard different, bro. Kawhi Leonard different.
He is a defender too.
I'm talking about what the kid is capable of offensively and defensively. Now, I do think Kawhi's in ceiling. I don't want to go too far to say he'll reach that ceiling.
Yeah, you're saying if all things go right.
No.
If all things went perfect, that's who he would be. Where I think he'll probably land, if I'm honest though, is somewhere in the how do you view Donovan Mitchell is probably how you'll view Cooper Flag.
No. I think, let me say this. I think Cooper Flag has a very high floor and a very low ceiling. At absolute best. I like that. At absolute best, Paul George. But at the lowest, he's going to be a Gordon Hayward. And that's fine. Like, that's a great, he's going to be a great role player. He's not going to be no star.
I ain't mad at that.
I could give him, I think we respected him for his talent. But some of these guys, I see people making some out of line statements or predictions about Cooper Flag. But look, man, I gotta do a little more tape watching with him. I haven't seen much of him in college. But I just think the era of the cats in that draft was a little low on talent. I like a couple other guys in that draft for sure, but
You had Ace Bailey on there.
Ace Bailey on there. I like Dylan Harper. I actually like him better than Ace Bailey. Well, the reason I put Ace Bailey on there is because what's up with Ace Bailey, bro, being drafted? He wasn't working out with teams. He was hot about Utah draft. I ain't never seen a cat, on the best day of his life, supposedly, seem just divish. You know what I mean?
They're going to learn him something. They're going to learn him something.
Yeah.
I'm
Them
gonna say
veterans.
this about Dylan Harper though.
Yeah.
What are the Spurs doing as it pertains to roster construction? Because
He's a
you
PG.
got De'Aaron Fox over there, who I love. Think he's a great point guard. You got Castle over there, who's a point guard / shooting guard, who just won Rookie of the Year. You got Victor Wembanyama, and then you go and get Dylan Harper, who's another guard. Why? Why get Dylan Harper when you already got 2 all-star guards, low key, for the Spurs that are getting ready to come back and be a great backcourt?
I think they're going to make some trades. I think that's why. I think they're planning on making some trades.
Okay.
They in good position to move players for sure.
Yeah. It's like assets. It's like you draft the most valuable asset so that you are in a better position to make trades. You know what I mean? I just think they're a smart organization, bro. They got a method to the madness. I just trust the Spurs. I really don't care what they do. There's always something behind it. You know what I mean? They're just a well-ran. That's when I think one of the sleeper things about the NBA, bro, in sports in general. Well-run organizations are always going to be in good position, bro. They just always are because they're well-run, bro. It's like companies. Well-run companies are always going to be in good position because they're well-run, bro.
I feel that, man. We're going to tackle these last 2 joints right quick, bro. NBA final odds for next season, bro. Top 3 teams we thinking that can contend and probably get the chip. Anybody can kick it off, bro. How we feeling, bro? I know somebody just said Dallas.
Yeah, let me go and get this out the way.
We gonna think we assuming all health is 100% with these squads.
I mean, yeah, but some we can't. Like, you know what I mean? We're not gonna say like the Boston because some just cats might.
Right. I mean, yeah. What's the name? He not even gonna probably return, but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll go first. Since my opinion probably the one that matters most. I would say.
Oh God.
We're going to go number 1. It's going to be a repeat. You got to give them their respect, you know what I mean, of the repeat. As long as the refs keep it. Now, if the refs change the rules like they did Harden and immediately you saw the impact, if the refs don't change the rules, then I have OKC as number 1 odds. I have number 2 is the Lakers as number 2 odds, actually. Yeah. I think a healthy year of Luka that, with weight up off of him.
He is,
what?
unfortunately.
He's fat.
He lost weight. You didn't even see that video. You didn't see that video.
I don't care if the nigga fat. He was fat when he took them niggas out the year before. I don't care if the nigga fat.
He look good right now. Bro, I saw a video of
that
him,
nigga
dog.
saying he fat don't mean nothing.
Was baggy.
Kyle, is he in shape? He's in shape?
Oh man, he looked like almost skinny. Like he looked smart. He almost looked back to old Luka, like when he came in the league. Yeah. So
Lakers number 2.
What's
What's number 3?
And he was supposed to play, I think, for his country this year, and I don't think he is. I think they shut all that down. So then I got them, and then I think coming in as a strong number 3, and this might be controversial. It really just depends on if they make any trades. My honest to God number 3, if they healthy, is the New York Knicks.
That's a good one.
Ooh, I like that. I ain't mad at that.
Yep.
I ain't mad at that.
I think they're going to have a chip on their shoulder from last year.
No
I think they're going to make
Houston.
Who?
No respect to Houston. None of them Texas niggas are.
No, they don't have a leader, bro. They're not going to make it up. They might be in the play-in, bro.
Oh God!
All
right, now
all I'm saying is this time next year, answer your phone when I'm calling you. Answer your phone. Don't
no problem. I'll go live.
I like that.
I'll go live.
Who you got, man? Line them up for his NBA final odds. Oh, who you got?
Okay, if I'm a betting man and I take my emotions out of it, first I'm putting OKC number 2, and this is going to actually be my dark horse. I'm putting the Cleveland Cavaliers, And number 3, I'm putting the Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
That's
They were
not
injured,
bad,
bro.
You just
They were
never
injured.
know. Yeah, that's actually
Yeah,
a
that's not
plan.
Cavaliers
definitely biased. That's not a
No, bro. The Cavaliers were a great team, bro. They were a great team from top to bottom. They were just
I'm gonna
injured.
tell you why. It has nothing to do with what you're saying. Any team that Donovan Mitchell is asked to lead is a guaranteed way for them not to be.
Same thing I said earlier, bro. Leadership matters.
I give mine right quick, bro. I'm gonna go Dallas number 1, man, if they healthy. Lakers number 2. I think we still do need to make a move to address our big man issues.
Yeah, we are.
Number 3, yeah, my dark horse will be the same. New York. I think, man, they gotta. This is the only, like, how you feel about Philly. Anybody in the East you feel that should have a chance, this is the time. I think New York with Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, they should run through, dog. They should run.
I don't believe
through,
he can carry a team with the like the East being the real East, but in a season or a year where cats are down, injured, this may be lending itself to help them out to get over the hump this year for sure. So that's
and I got faith that they're gonna make a smart. They haven't picked up a coach yet, right?
They have.
Right.
I think that is the deciding factor for me.
I think that's going to be huge because Thibodeau, bro, he runs his point guards into the ground, bro. Yeah. And I think a new coach is going to come in there and make them distribute and actually run an offense. And I think that's going to help him immensely.
Well, you got Kenny G.
It depends on who that coach is. That's the only reason why I can't put the Knicks in my 3 because I definitely want to. I think they're a team that deserves to be there. But until I know who their coach is, I can't say that. So, of course, OKC's absolutely there. I think if we're talking about health, complete health, if it's not OKC, I think Dallas should be there, honestly. It just depends on if Kyrie is going to be back early.
Yeah, I just don't have Kyrie coming back to the second half of the season, so I just don't know how to
do it. Shoot. No, I'm going to replace Dallas. I'm going to get my dark horse. So, OKC. My dark horse is Minnesota. And then
I respect Minnesota.
Any team with Julius Randle, I don't believe in.
Hey, Julius Randle was the reason why I believe in Minnesota. That dude's going crazy.
He was ball. He hurt. He was the game changer for them.
He was.
36. 36. That nigga can jump all over the place. I can't, and I need AE mentality to improve, bro.
Yeah.
I like him as a player, but I need his mentality to improve.
I agree.
I think Minnesota's a real shot. So I'm going to go Minnesota. I'm going to go OKC. I'm trying to give somebody from the East, but to be honest with you, I don't think anybody from the East is winning the championship.
Kenny, I think you should go New York because, bro, my other thought is whoever comes out of the East is going to be so well rested compared to the West. Because they're not going to go through no real pushback.
I agree.
The
West.
Okay, you know what?
West
No, I agree with Kyle. And listen, when Kyle's telling the truth, he's telling the truth. I think the Knicks do have the best and most clear shot. I hope they get a solid coach. Please pick up a Mike Malone. Please pick up who's the other dude I like? Taylor Jenkins from who used to be the Grizzlies, who had them running well and building the culture. Even a Mike Brown, if you want to get Mike Brown. If you want to get a black coach,
for Mark Jackson for 50 years. Mark Jackson sniff a seat
Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy, somebody like that who we know.
Last one, fellas, man. MVP odds for next season. I'm going to run mine off right quick. I got Luke at number 1. I got AE at number 2. And I got Victor Wembanyama, if he healthy, at number 3.
Oh,
who y'all got? Luka overdue to me. I ain't gonna lie. His stats last year was better than SGA's this year, and he didn't even. I think he maybe he finished top 5, but it was a whole campaign around SGA this year.
He finished last year.
Yeah,
I think
MVP odds. Yeah,
MVP.
Mine's is Luka, AE, Victor.
Mine is Jokic, Luka. I might get killed for this.
He finna say something. AD. Woo, that's tough. AD in the conversation. I don't know. I mean, that may be a good pick, man. AD, he in a new spot, got a chip on his shoulder. I would say, all being healthy, he is the best player on that team still. Yeah, I mean, AD is not a bad pick in an MVP run. What you got, Kenny G?
I got AE. I got Jalen Brunson. And I got Jokic. One of them three.
The way he killed Jalen Brunson name being mentioned was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
You killed him.
Well, that was ridiculous how you did Brunson, bro. Who you got, man? MVP odds. Give us your top three, man. Go. Who you got?
I'm gonna go Ant, Luka, and man, that third's tough. Yeah. I'm gonna give it to a young bull. I'll say Van Carroll.
Wow, yeah, that would probably never happen.
What?
Anyways,
yeah, he's just throwing his picks away.
Now the way you killed,
you can bag those picks.
You threw Jalen Brunson away, and you said Van Carroll.
Baggage. Hey,
I'll have Van Carroll on my team before Jalen Brunson. Anyway.
Why not? But he's not getting the MVP. You wasting our time. Hey, what you should have did was say KD. You should have said KD since you got so much faith in him.
All right, man. He ain't finna respond to you. All right, man. Yeah, man. That wraps it up, man. We'll push the music stuff off to another pod, man. Man, anything y'all cats want to let these niggas know y'all got going, man. If not, drop y'all social. We can get up out of here, man. We right over 1 hour and 11 minutes. That's not too bad.
That's
Cal_Tory. Check your boy out. Man Space Podcast. Finna do a relaunch on that with a couple new people I'm adding to the squad. LeBron got a real good chance to get in the ring, so don't forget it.
Niggas can't give no lines without talking about Brian, man. What you got, O?
Hey, yeah, man. Follow me at DJ Dara _ TikTok, Instagram. Holla at your boy. That's it.
Kenny G.
Hey, man. New music on the way. Doing some stuff with the Legacy Conference coming into the city of Houston as well. So I'll be busy doing that. But follow me everywhere, Kenny Klarity, and we'll be back on the pod, man. Hopefully as the season tips off. Also, tell the Browns, man, to play my dog Shedeur Sanders, man. Free Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
My dog.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, man.
Straight up.
Yeah, man. Yeah. He needs to get that love, man. Yeah, man, make sure y'all follow the pod, man, at the Word of Clarity pod everywhere. Follow me at it's just _word everywhere. Man, yeah, hopefully we bringing this podcast live, man. We trying to link all these niggas up in the city of Houston come September. You know what I mean? I'll drop a GoFundMe link in the in the description if y'all wanna, contribute. However you want to do that, man. But outside of that, man, make sure y'all follow all the guys on the pod. And we finna skedaddle on up out of here, man. We'll see y'all next time.